Alright, now let's have a look at the order management module in VIENNA Advantage. Now for that I'll take you through the ordering process and from there to the shipment process and in the invoicing process. And we'll talk about material orders or even service contracts and as well as blanket orders as well. Now first of all, for the central order management, we have the sales order window inside the system. Yeah, let's get into that. And there are various ways of creating sales orders. We'll have a look at that as well. Alright, so this is the sales order window, and you have basically a list of or a table of the orders which are there in the system, and you can toggle and see a single order basically which is existing in the system. For creating new orders there are various ways. First of all, of course, I can go into the order window and create a new order from here and then add in the lines of the order. Or what I could do is also, for example, if I have someone on the phone who is a customer of mine who would like to order something, I could also select that person and from here directly say create order and create a sales order from here. Now the system will take me to the order window, and in this order window the system automatically selects the customer, which I have selected over there. So all the details of the customer are automatically copied. I just need to select the warehouse, and then I have also other details like what is the shipping rule with this customer, what is the invoicing rule, what is the price list with this customer. In this case, though I am in a US dollar zone or let's say Euro zone, my customer's price list here is GBP, it's a pound, so automatically that particular price list will be selected, and I have here also the payment terms, payment method, so everything which is relevant to this customer is automatically selected. Then I can just go to the lines, and here I could start adding the products. So I can show you also certain ways how we can add quickly multiple lines into the system. So for that I go into the product, and here I can perform a search. So for example, if I would like to search for something, let me just enter some name, and I see, okay, there's some item which I would like to select, and I could perform basically these searches multiple times. So for example, I like this product, so I would like to select 10 of this product, and I would like to start adding it to the cart, and then I can go ahead and search for another one, let's say RJ. So, and I could perform here, let's say 20 of these. So like this I could simply add multiple items into the cart. And you see these two items have been added into the cart, and if I just click on OK, the system creates two lines here with the items that I selected in that quantity, which means you don't need to go one by one in the lines, but you can select multiple lines at the same time. There's another method which you could apply, which is also available, where you could select, for example, a pre-scanned set of products or even a product card of a customer. For example, if that customer keeps on buying the same items again and again or has a favorite card, you could also select like the saved card with the products which are saved in that card will be loaded also into the line. So I just click on OK. I could of course modify the quantity here. I could select a different attribute. I could split. So there are various options, of course. So by just clicking on OK, the system will load all these lines. So in total now we have 9 lines. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Actually, I have created now the lines, and I can simply go ahead and complete the order. For that I just click on the complete icon and the order should be completed. Now you see after the process has run, it went into in progress status and the status is suspended. That means that the order has gone into a workflow and has gone for an approval process. So of course you can set approval processes in VIENNA Advantage, even multiple levels of approvals if required, on orders based on certain conditions. For example, if the prices are of a certain price list, if this is a special certain customer, etc., or if the credit level or credit limit is at certain level. So you can set all these conditions and then send things for approval. I'll have a look into my workflow inbox for that. and I see basically different orders which have come in here for the approval, and I have various orders here. So let me see which one is that. So 50239, maybe I just refresh that and I get the, yeah, and here is the order. So I can simply even view like what is the total of the order. If so someone else gets the approval in their inbox, they can of course see certain things on the first glance. They can zoom from here to the order, or simply say, okay, I would like to approve this. In this case, since I know the order, I'm just going to approve it. Alright, and here it is approved now. So this is basically how you create orders in the system. And then of course the next step I would like to show you is also service contracts. In case you have orders which are of service type, like which are not physical commodities, which are basically orders of type service, the system gives you the option to generate a service contract. So we'll have a quick look into that as well. So I'm going to create an order in a manual way right now. So let me select a customer. Let me enter a name here. And of course here as well you see all the details are automatically selected. I select from which warehouse I would like to serve the order. Of course you can always move. Now here in this case I have not set a price list at the customer level, so I can select which price list I would like to choose. So I'm going to choose my Euro price list in this case, and the payment terms are also not set yet. So I'm going to select here let's say 50% advance and 50% after delivery. And then I can select here SEPA direct debit, let's say in this case. And going to the lines, and I can select a line. Now I know, for example, that I have a product called circuit design, which is a service. So I'm going to select this one. And if you see now that you notice that after selecting, the contract checkbox has enabled. Now if I would like to use the sale as a contract, which is a recurring invoicing or recurring payment which is associated with this, I can select this contract. If it is not, then I can just turn it off. That's also possible. Then I just sell it once. But if I would like to convert it into a contract, I can do that. So in that case I say it's a monthly contract, and it starts, let's say, from 15th of the month of May in this case. If I do so, automatically the end date of the contract is going to be calculated. So this is based on the number of cycles that you have set. In this case it's one cycle, but I could also select multiple cycles. So you see I have set 12 cycles, and automatically the system will give me the end of the contract in this case. Yeah, that's it. So what I can do is I can just go into the order header and complete this order. And again, it has gone into the workflow. So let me approve this order. And here it is. And let me just say yes to this one. Now it is not necessary that all the orders would go for approval. So in this case, of course, I have set that this order should go for an approval, but it is not necessary. So in this case my order, and I have here a new option. After the order is approved, I get a new option which is called create service contract. Now if I press this button, the system will generate automatically a service contract. Okay, service contract has been created successfully. So I go to the service contract, and here it is. So this is the one which I have just generated with the Euro price list and with the customer Gerda. And now basically you see there are total 12 invoices. Currently 0 is generated, and you have the price list and you have the item. So for each item you would have a separate service contract, of course. And there is currently no invoice schedule, but we will now go ahead and generate an invoice schedule so that the system at the right time automatically generates these invoices. And here are a few things which I can of course additionally add. For example, the campaign, the opportunity, renewal type. This is also interesting, whether I would like to renew it automatically or I would like to renew it manually. And here could be, for example, notice days 30, for example, that if it is 30 days before that not terminated, it will automatically renew. And I can set the new price list for the renewal as well. For example, if you plan to have a new price list in the next year, so you can set that, and the renewal will be again valid for 12 months. So that's some settings that you can do which are relevant for the renewal. And for now I'm going to generate the invoice schedule. Alright, so the invoice schedule is generated. So we have here 12 months with the respective invoice schedule. Alright, then now let's come to the next step in this whole demonstration. First of all, after generation of the orders, we'll be also looking for the order fulfillment. But before that, I would like to show you also the possibility of having contracts related to blanket sales orders. Now, blanket sales orders work in a similar way like a sales order, whereas you select your customer, all the terms will be automatically set, and you select the lines. But here, of course, it's a long-term contract which has validity from to the contract date and also resource mobilization date. And what you can do is you can use the blanket order again and again to generate sales orders at the time of delivery. So whenever there's a request for delivery, you can generate from a blanket order a sales order, and then based on that you can run your normal material management cycle to deliver the items. And of course the items and the conditions, etc., will be copied from the blanket sales order in that case, as you like. Yeah, so just a quick overview into that. There will be a separate video, of course, also on the blanket sales order functionality in detail. Now, when we come into the fulfillment, there are various ways. So we have, of course, in the material management, various processes. And first of all, of course, we're talking about the order fulfillment process. Here we have a shipment where you can generate the shipment manually. So if the shipping rule is manual, which means the system should not automatically generate shipments based on certain rules, then you can go ahead and create a shipment in the shipment window manually. However, in most of the cases, probably the shipment rules will be different. So you can select, for example, today morning I would like to see what are the orders in my warehouse that I need to create a shipment on. So I can simply go ahead and then select the orders and generate shipments. So for example, in this case, I would like to generate the shipment, and based on the shipping rules and availability, the system will generate the shipments. Now in this case, the shipment has been generated with the number 5005050, and I can go ahead into the shipment window and have a look at this one. So automatically the first one, the one I have just generated is shown here. So you see the shipment has been generated as a completed. I just need to take a print of that, or even the printing can be happening automatically by the shipment completion process, so that in the printer you will have the shipment documents right away prepared for you. So you can generate these shipments based on the order, and each shipment line has a linkage to the order line, so that you can always know, okay, what has been shipped, what has been ordered, and so on. We can go back into this and also see this element, or the order ones, and we see at the order line, for example, that okay, we have quantity 1 as ordered and 1 has been delivered as well, and returned is 0. So you see there's a direct linkage to that. By the way, while creating orders, it's also possible to actually check the availability of the item. So when you select a product, in the lines in the pop-up that you see or saw earlier, there's also a possibility to see what is the quantity on hand, what is available to promise, what is reserved, ordered, etc. But I'll show you also some other way to do that. So the shipment in this case is generated. There's another way to generate shipments. This is a process which can be scheduled, and this process will automatically, like you could generate it in the morning before your employees reach the office in the warehouse, that automatically this process is run, and automatically the shipments for the day are generated, and a print is print command is automatically executed in your printer, so that in the end you have all your document prepared before someone reaches the warehouse, and then of course start executing and working on the shipments. So that's something, of course, which can be fully automated as well. And also from shipments you can generate packages where multiple shipments can be packaged. Package could be also that we say it's a container, or it could be a truck which is going off. So even you could group multiple shipments in one single package, and package lines where you could have a freight carrier, truck number, and tracking information related to that. Now I would like to show you another way of order management as well. So here, this is the order management form where I can see the orders which are currently in the pipeline for the organization and the warehouse that I've selected. So I can of course select one or even multiple warehouses. So in this way, of course, you know, like this is the warehouse 1 and 2, so I would like to see both, and the number of orders is a little higher in this case. And I see, basically I would like to see the status, I see the shipping rules, I also see the dates, who are the customers, etc. And if I would like to see what is the current status of those, so I see some status. For example, I see a dark green one. This means the shipping rule is forced. In any case, it is available. And green, which means it's actually available, the quantity which is required, ordered. And you see the quantity ordered here also, and you see the on-hand quantity here in comparison to this, which means, yeah, it can be executed, it is absolutely available. Here we see also an additional icon, which means it's a delayed order. So the quantity is available, still we have a delay, so it should alert you in that case to start shipping the order now. And also the creation of the shipment can happen directly from here. So I can go into the shipment icon. So I could go here, for example, and generate a shipment. Now it gives me a message that you see a manual shipment rule, that it is recommended to create a shipment from the shipment customer window manually. So in this case, you can decide what you would like to do, whether you would like to still go ahead and create a shipment, or you would like to do it manually the way it is defined in that order. So if I press OK, it will take me to the next pop-up or the next step, whether I want to create a shipment for the selected order only, or I would like to generate it based on the shipment rules, which could also mean that all the orders which are currently pending or due for shipment will be actually generated. And I can select whether the shipment should be prepared only, which means the document will be editable still, or it should be completed, which means frozen in that case, and I can go ahead and create a shipment. So in that case, a shipment has been generated automatically for this order number, and I can have a look at that as well. And then print my documents. Alright, and then of course we have other information related to the customer, the order. For example, if you would like to send an email to the customer, or we would like to create an appointment with the customer, or maybe zoom to the customer history from here and view what the customer has purchased here in the terms of orders previously. So I see certain information which is relevant for me, of course, directly from here. In some cases I'm not able to fulfill a certain order. Then what I can do is, of course, I can reassign this order to another warehouse. In that case, yeah, the order will be shifted to a certain other warehouse so that it can be fulfilled from there. Then in some cases, if there's no availability, I could also generate a purchase order from the sales order in order to order the material. I could also generate replenishment in case I need to replenish this material from some other source, maybe another warehouse, etc. Then I can print the documents related to that. I can go into the order and edit it. And once I generate the shipments, I could of course enter tracking numbers and assign a shipper to that, and yeah, basically complete the shipment. So various possibilities that I have related to the order management and order fulfillment on a single screen over here. Yeah, and in addition to that, we also have in terms of materials management, forms like stock management, etc., where I would like to see certain more information about the items that I have on hand, which could be relevant for your order management as well. For example, I can select, of course, warehouse and the locator, or warehouse and the organization which I'm in, I can see quickly information related to the items that I have on stock, available to promise, unconfirmed order, demanded, and I can see also in detail in terms of which location, which locators these items are lying in, how much is ordered with suppliers, how much is replenished, how much is demand, means what are the orders on those, from which customers I have these orders, what are the transactions which have happened on this product, and so on. So that will give me, of course, another way to look at my availability at the time of creating my orders. And also from here I could create that card which we saw earlier. So for example, the customer card which I saw, if I would like to add another item into that card from here, or edit the card, I can do this from here, and I'll use that of course in the order management. Yeah, that's a quick overview of the order management.